All right, and welcome back, everybody. Montez Media. We got another special guest in the building. We got the lovely, the talented Ambria with the upside down. Hey, what's happening?
Not much, not much.
How you feeling?
Hello.
You know, I always meant to ask you this. Which A is the upside down? Is it the first?
It's the first one.
It's the first one. Okay. All right.
Ambria with an upside down A.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So for those that don't know, you are a cinematographer,
Yes.
photographer, videographer,
Yes.
director. Tell everybody about yourself. How did you get into that profession? What is it about being on that side of the camera that kind of drew you in?
Yeah. Well, I'm a techie person. I like technology a lot.
Okay.
And like, I always did sports and stuff, but in college, sports kind of like dwindled down, and I saw that wasn't really my lane. So I
What sport were you playing?
I played rugby in college.
Rugby?
And,
Oh.
Yeah. It's crazy. Looking at me, you would think that.
Nah.
But yeah, I played rugby in college.
Okay.
And then in high school, I did basketball and track and CrossFit.
Okay.
But yeah, after rugby, I was like, nah, sports, nah, it's
Yeah,
not for me.
right.
I can't see myself being a pro in this lane, even having the skills. But, you know, just your body is very important, and we live without it within our body. So I was like, I need my body to be straight. Exactly. Can't be fucking it up. So I just picked up the camera in college. I did a photo shoot with someone I was dating at the time, and I really loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it a lot, and I was like, wow, I could see myself like doing this again and again.
Right. So what did you love about it, that particular photo shoot?
Yeah.
What was it about it that you loved?
It was the technology plus the ability to be creative with a piece of like equipment.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like, I guess with like singing and stuff, so I was an artist before I picked up a camera, and with singing and stuff, it's your voice is your instrument. But with cinematography and filmmaking, you get to use tools and like, you know, technology. So that's what I liked a lot about it.
Okay, that's pretty dope. So I think when I first met you, this was years ago.
Yeah.
I actually came to your house for a photo shoot, and you even back then you already had the whole setup.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So you really just jumped straight into it head first. Like, this is what I'm going to do and nothing else, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was, I passed a period in my life where I feel like God was forcing me to acknowledge the signs and to start living by seeing the signs. And all the signs said, pick up a camera.
Right. Okay. So what is it, you know, you said that you're a tech person.
Yes.
So what is it about the process that you love the most? Do you love the editing? Do you love the actual shooting? The prep, writing, doing the treatment, that kind of thing? What is it? What is your favorite part of that whole process? If you can pick one.
Right? Yeah, that's a good question. I think that my favorite part is the actual shooting, like physically having the camera in my hands and capturing the art. Like, life is art.
Right.
So, and then what we do is art. So it's just like, it's just such a good feeling to create like that in that way for me. So
So you like just actually being the person that captures those moments.
Yes.
And bringing them to life.
Makes the decisions, like as far as like lighting and like as far as frame rate. If we're gonna do like some stylistic choices, are we about to silhouette the subject? Are we gonna, you know, what emotion are we trying to evoke? So I like how deep it gets.
Yeah.
So all of that plus the technology is just like, yes, it's everything.
Yeah, because I know the subjects that you're shooting, they just show up. A lot of the times, like, they're not involved in that whole process and don't even realize how involved that whole process is. So hearing that you actually, you know, take that on and take that serious is refreshing, you know? Because a lot of guys will just pick up a camera like, hey man, I'm gonna just shoot some shots and figure it out. But it sounds like you actually go into it with a plan, like this is what we're gonna do. And where did that technical background come? Like, obviously you didn't have like a formal education in photography and that. So how did you learn all the ins and outs and all the jargon and all of that of, you know, the photography? Did you read books? Did you watch YouTube? Like, what was it?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both?
Yeah. More YouTube University than reading, because like hands-on experience and experience, like just hands-on experience, it can't really beat like reading it. I don't know, I didn't say that well. Let me think of it. Let me think. It's easier to hear, I guess, than read. And then there's certain things like within the skill that you can write and explain, but it's easier to see and be there hands-on.
Especially with what you do.
Yeah, so I guess YouTube University, but my life really changed once I stepped on set. So I learned it all, and I made sure the foundation was truly a part of me to where I could pick up any camera. But then once I actually got the chance to be on bigger sets and use bigger equipment, that's when everything really started to pick up, and the jargon and like the small things.
So I guess just being immersed in that world, it was kind of the best teacher that you probably had. Yeah, I could see that, because there's no substitute for experience. It's you're either gonna do it or you're not gonna do it.
Exactly.
And once you do it, you know, that's how you learn. So that's pretty cool. I see that you're a part, or what is your involvement in Black Phoenix Films? I know that, you know, you guys are a collective and you guys team up a lot. So how did that partnership or that group come about, and what was your role in that?
Well, that's a good question. I am a co-owner and co-founder of Black Phoenix Films. Myself, John Marable, my cousin, and my business partner Marquise Barnes, we all own it. And John's more of, I guess, our silent partner, because like he's such a quiet guy, but he's an owner of the production company as well. And it came about when, I guess, us three, we started working together like all the time under a director called Director Cricket and a cinematographer called Casso. So we started working with them a lot, and then we started getting like our own projects, like not only like off of them, but individually our own projects started elevating. So we were like, okay, we need more people, and we need a name. So it took a couple years, but we figured out a name, Black Phoenix Films.
Took years.
It did. Wow. It took like 2 years to come up with that name.
So like, you guys were just like group. Like,
like we would consistently be together and be like, damn, we need a name, and be like, I mean, but all right, not today. Like, let's focus on the gig today. And so we just really, we were like, all right, we need to be serious about it, because we needed to create an LLC, bank account, all that good stuff to be able to pay ourselves and write it off, and you know, show businesses and stuff that we get paid if it's
so
every time to like get stuff.
So where did that business acumen come from? Because that's another part. A lot of creatives don't have that. You either have one or the other. A lot of times. Sounds like you kind of have a little bit of both. So where did that business acumen and that just business sense and wanting to be official, how did that come about? Did you have somebody kind of sit you down and say like this is probably what you need to do, or did you just learn that on your own?
So my mother owns a business, and I didn't.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't realize like how serious she was about her business until it came time for me to own my own businesses. And I was like, oh my God, I've like watched somebody literally like manage and operate a business my whole life and never really acknowledged or realized like you own your own business, you track all the money, you make sure like all the numbers are right, you do your taxes, like you go on trips for your business, and
top to bottom.
I guess my mom, really, not even I guess, definitely my mom. Shout out to Mom, I love you.
Shout out to Mama.
Yes.
Mama.
Yeah, right, Mama. But my mom, and research. I'm really big on research. I don't believe in starting anything unless like you have a really good understanding of the foundation, or at least not diving all the way in unless you have a really good understanding. So
I'm the same way.
I'm
the same way.
Started doing some research. I asked Mom, of course, but she wasn't like spoon feeding me. She was more so like, okay, well, this is generally what you need to do. Figure it out
on your own,
or like yourself.
And I think that's the best kind of parent. Well, let me not say that. I'm not. That's a good type of parent, because I feel like my mother is the same way. She's like, you know, if this is what you want to do, you need to figure it out, because you're gonna be responsible. Top to bottom. And she doesn't make decisions for you. You know, she doesn't say, sit you down and hold your hand through the whole process. She kind of lets you figure it out, make your own mistakes. So shout out to your mom. That's what's up.
Shout out to Mom. And then Pops was there with the discipline. He was like, you got to be on it. You got to want it more than anybody wants to. It's not a competition with others. It's a competition with yourself. So that type of mindset just set me up for, I feel like, good business.
So speaking of that business aspect, of course, you know, I'm going to talk about income.
For sure.
We're not going to get into specifics.
But
what are the different avenues for, you know, videographers, cinematographers to actually get paid? Because of course, you know, you have your rate, your hourly rate, I guess, or however you know, figure it out. But what are the other avenues to actually get paid? Because that is a huge business from top to bottom. It's a lot of moving parts.
It is.
And how do you actually figure out a way to keep that income coming, even if you might not have a shoot scheduled for the next couple weeks or so?
It gets deep. It gets real deep and real risky.
You're right.
Especially when it's like 100% I'm an entrepreneur, and I haven't had a job since I was 19. I'm 25.
Wow.
Well, really like 20, I'm gonna say. So I'm 25. So that's 5 years. So like the first 3 years, or really the first 2 years, I thought that, okay, I just need to get gigs. And I can work hourly for, you know, my rate or a project rate, and that's good. Now then you start to realize, okay, I'm trading my hours for time still, even though I don't work for a 9 to 5. It's still no matter what, hours for time. So then you have to figure out, how do I get that hourly up? So that's what really made me start aiming specifically towards shooting for TV and film. I did the research. I saw the market cap for like what you get paid as a camera operator, director, cinematographer, DP, all that good stuff, just in my world. And I was like, okay, doing just that, I could survive. Like I could just do that for the rest of my life. So that became my #1 goal.
Okay. So going after the big ticket.
Yes. So the big ticket. But then I rent out my equipment to people I don't really know. I charge them to my team. My team already know they got it for free, but it took years to build this relationship. So don't ask me.
Yeah, you ain't getting it for free. If you watching this, you ain't getting it for free. You gotta pay.
If this makes it to the video, you gotta pay. But yeah, because loyalty is the thing.
Right,
it's
absolutely.
Thing. I got people I can call right now and be like, hey, I need you to show up here. I don't have to talk about rate. I don't have to do anything. It's just, hey, this, these are the details. I need you to be there. They're going to be there. So when it's like that, yeah, for sure. But so renting out equipment. What else? I'm sorry, I got to think about this.
You're good. Take your time. We want a good answer.
I give my jobs away. So that's another thing with Black Phoenix Films. I don't just fully give it away. Sometimes we'll like manage the job all the way through, but somebody else will shoot it. Oh, okay. But it's also the knowledge of even understanding how to manage a production and like what level, how to like just deal with clients and stuff like that. So like, let's say it's a $5,000 job. Okay, cool. The shooters and everybody involved is going to get paid. Great. But I need to get paid too, because the only way we got this job is because of you. Right. So, you know, you take your cut off the top, but still make sure everybody gets exactly what they deserve. And then I was doing that probably literally up until like last year. And then I just realized like, okay, I would go to my TV show sets, still trading time for money, even though it's an amazing hourly rate. You know, renting out my stuff. Sometimes the stuff gets, you know, messed up, so I started to realize, okay, I don't really want to do that so much anymore. And then just
you don't want to rely on that.
Right. And then just everything else, I'm just kind of started to realize I don't want to do so much of the trading hours for time. So honestly, this is just it's going to be out by the time this is out, but I'm releasing a class. So go to the link in my bio right now and buy the class, How to Shoot Professional Vertical Videos. You will learn how to shoot literally professional vertical videos, from audio to lighting to composition. I get in detail with it just for you. So if you want to be scrolling on your timeline and you want to stand out from literally everybody else, go buy that.
That's called value. Add value. That's what that's called right there.
Yep.
That's dope. That's dope. Now,
so that's what I'm working on right now, courses.
Okay. So what gave you that idea?
Research. Looking at the people in my field who are the best and trying to figure out, how do I get there the fastest, faster than everybody else? And for me right now, that's having money. And a lot of the 40, 50-year-old entrepreneurs that I really look up to right now, as far as like outside of the camera world, like they can have real estate, they could be, you know, real estate people, they could be tax people, they could be whatever. They have courses. They run it up with their courses. Like a girl that I look up to on YouTube, she's like my age, but she just dropped a course last year. I've been watching her since the day she dropped her course. She's easily probably up like $1 million. Like I don't want to. I'm not trying to count her pockets and shit. Cause $1 million. That's what I'm saying. Cause she be releasing videos, and in her videos she said, yeah, my first 3 months I made $300,000. All right, hold on. This, and then and you think about it. This video was released, you know, a whole year ago, a whole 2 years ago, and then and then you go and look, and you're like, okay, at 6 months, you said you made $500 in the 3 months after those first 3 months. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's $800,000 right there in half a year. So honestly, just watching her, and she kind of gets to the point where she stopped kind of talking about the number, because like I just said, like you can kind of see you made $1 million, of course, but just off of that right there, and one of my close friends released a course up 100K within like 2 months. I was like, hold on.
What?
My bad. I was like, hold on. Let me. So literally, I paused everything in my life for the last 2 months, and that's why I've been like quiet, or like not so on set, because I've been working on my course.
See, and that's entrepreneurial thinking.
Yes.
That's thinking outside the box. That's figuring out your own way.
Yeah.
And I know that, doing the photography thing, a lot of times you're relying on getting a job. You're relying on other people needing to shoot. But for you to take that into your own hands and say, no, I'm gonna create my own and have people looking at me, that's admirable. That's admirable. That's dope.
Thank you.
Hey, we gonna support it.
Yeah, thank you. And y'all do the same. If you have an idea to create a course, please do. Like that's right after I drop this, that's the next thing I'm pushing. I'm like, if you are like have any type of high understanding of your niche or skill, drop a course.
Drop a course.
Drop
okay.
A course.
You hear that? That's some game right there. Drop a course.
Yeah.
Drop
Put
a course.
Some time in it. Don't just hop in front of that
Don't just throw it out. Yeah.
Do a little pre-production, but hell yeah, drop a course.
So I kind of want to switch gears a little bit. I know that, being a producer, doing the music thing, I listen to music totally different now. So, being behind the camera and seeing everything that goes into that, do you watch movies differently now?
Yes.
Do you see like, man, that was a stupid edit, that was a trash cut?
Yeah,
you do?
So, and then it's like, I also don't really see it like that anymore, because at the end of the day, it's all creative choices. So is anything really bad or wrong? Not really.
Okay.
But like, I will be watching stuff and I'm like, all right, literally breaking down everything. So I wonder what type of light they use, or I'll know just generally what angle the light came from, what type of lens that they're using for the camera. And then I'm sitting there like, okay, I wonder how deep this bit depth is. Like for Jordan Peele's last movie, Note, for the first
saw that.
15, yeah, it was a good one, huh? Yeah, so for the first 15, 20 minutes, my brain was breaking everything down, and I had to like consistently tell myself like, stop looking at it like that, stop, so I could enjoy it. Cause I'm not even fucking listening to these people. I'm just, all right, shot, moving shot, tracking shot. All right, the audio is probably on the boom for that one. Just watching it real, broken down. But I love that I can even look at anything now and generally understand how it was shot and what type of equipment they use.
Right. So don't roast us when this comes out, because that might.
No, of course. And y'all already know if y'all need tips like that, y'all.
So do you have like favorite movies, like favorite shots in movies that are just shot beautifully?
Yeah.
And what are your like top 2 or 3? That
like
you can,
shots or movies?
Movies.
Movies?
Yeah. I guess the shots and let's go shots and movies.
Yeah, shots and movies.
Yeah.
I'll say Queen of Slim had a point in it. If you went to see it in theaters, this part of the movie is no longer in it, but did y'all see it in theaters?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a point in the movie where they were driving, and it was a voiceover of what was going on, but the voiceover was kind of like, it had the feeling of the scene. It was when they were going to her uncle's house for the first time, and they were passing all of that stuff. But once they got there, the voiceover picked up, and like you could see the scene where it was no longer a voiceover. It was just
them talking,
leading up to the scene. But that's not in there anymore.
Really?
And literally, I just saw a movie where it's in there, but I don't remember the name, so I'm sorry. But it's on Netflix, and it's a black couple.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's gonna pop up by the end of this. But yeah, so that's my favorite shot and like stylistic shot right now. But Queen and Slim, cinematography. Past movies, I'm just gonna go to everything. Euphoria is my shit.
Okay.
The way it's written, and the way it looks, and the way it's shot is just fucking. It's everything. It's the next level.
Wow.
So, yeah, they're doing a really, really good job with realism and like surrealism. Right. And I like that a lot in film.
Wow. I just watched that movie, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Did you see that?
That's my shit too.
Did you see
that? Was a good movie.
When they had all those different shots, I was like, this must have took forever.
Yeah.
Just jumping through all the universes and tying in the blocking. That's called blocking, right? When you like the movements, you'll go from one universe and she's moving the same way. I'm like, this is crazy. This
like
is genius.
Said, just off blocking alone.
Yeah.
That's probably months.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow. Like, and that I really respect that.
Yes.
Because the attention to detail, number one, and then number two, you take it that seriously to want to show the audience something different.
Yes.
Because where have you really seen that?
You haven't.
You know?
Yeah, they really truly challenged the look of movies, and they pulled it from music videos. They're music video directors.
Okay. Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they
I had to figure it out.
Wow.
I was like, nah, why does this look different? Who
right.
shot this? Who are the camera operators, directors, cinematographers? Who was the audio person? Who did wardrobe?
Right.
All of the people that worked on that film are not traditionally from like the film world. They're like more so working like creative spaces. Like a lot of them look like they did indie projects. So I went to a lot of their Instagrams.
Yeah. Oh,
I had to know.
Wow.
I gotta know because like now that I'm working at that level, I truly need to understand how do you see the world differently?
Right. Because that could be you.
Exactly.
It will be you.
It will be.
It will be you.
And that's why I'm doing my courses. Literally, I'm doing courses to fund my films.
Okay, dope. Yeah. So you want to shoot your own films?
Yes.
Okay, that's dope.
I actually have 3 completed scripts right now.
Wow.
And one is guaranteed going to cost like $500,000. But I at least want to be able to put up at least a chunk of that so I can have control over my own project and just all films. If you don't EP on your own stuff, you don't have control.
Yeah.
So
okay. That's dope.
Have some control.
That's dope. You know, I'm here for that. I love that for you. I love that for you.
Thank you.
So you have shot for, I saw Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
Coyle Ray.
Yes.
Right. Life Jennings, right?
Yeah.
You've done TV.
Yeah.
You've done music videos. Where's your favorite? Where do you feel like you get in where you fit in the most?
Yeah, it's like my favorite lane.
Your favorite lane, yeah. If you can pick one.
I really enjoy camera operation.
Yeah, I was asking which was your lane, your favorite lane?
Yeah. Right now.
Music videos or?
Yeah, right now TV. It's TV and film. Just because like, I'm even working at the highest production for music videos too. Like the last music video I shot was K. Michelle's music video, and I did the jib for that. And it's like, that's cool, but TV and film is where you're gonna hear everything that no one else is ever gonna hear. Like you're gonna hear even like how the director directs us. Like you will only hear certain things at that level, and like certain jargon, like you said, is So TV and film. Yeah.
And I know that's long hours. How do you stay focused? Like how do you stay engaged when doing that? Because I know they shoot thousands of takes.
Yeah.
You know, it's long hours from early morning to late at night.
Yeah.
Like, is it really the passion behind it? Because, you know, you got to have some sort of love for it to actually go through that.
Yeah, it is the passion. It is. Because, like, so my least interesting shoot is Lego Masters for the show that I work on. But I love that show because, like, you still learn a lot no matter how high you go. But we shoot them building Legos for like 8 hours straight.
Shit.
In the same room.
Shit.
Every day.
Just sitting there putting Legos together.
Every day. So out of the 7 days that we shoot, maybe we won't always do 7. Sometimes we'll do 5 or 6 days a week. Okay. Out of those 5 or 6 days, we are shooting 4 days of just building, or 3 days of just building, and then the other days will be like the filler stuff that's in reality shows and stuff. But
so you just be sitting there like, they can put the Lego on there.
Well, I have to, like you said, it's the passion. So I still find enjoyment in connecting shots. So whether it's going from their hands to their face, you got to tell the story. So that's a thing that a director will say a lot, or like the DP will say in our headphones. Yeah. Look for the story. Look for the story. Find the story. And like, the story for one person for maybe an hour or two is you're stressed out because your partner, which is normally a celebrity for this last one, or for regular Lego Masters, is somebody normal. But let's say their partner is tweaking and don't really know what they're talking about, or like, let's say they only have like 30 minutes left. Then you got to figure out how to capture that anxiety, that intenseness, and like after being in the same room for over 3 months shooting the same thing. Yeah, it really challenges your brain to figure out how to get the feeling through the shot. Yeah, so it's a love.
So for the upcoming videographer, photographer, cinematographer, what are the, I would say, top 5 pieces of equipment? You know, I know that's cameras that cost $100, cameras that cost $100,000. You know, just starting out, you're going to want that big ticket item. You're going to want the best of the best. And that's not always necessarily where you need to start. So for someone who is watching you, seeing what you and Black Phoenix are doing, what would you say are the top 5 things or the first 5 things that they need to get?
Yeah. If you want to be a filmmaker or if you just want to be a camera person?
Let's say camera person.
Camera person? So I'm asking another question. Do they want to be a photographer or a videographer?
Let's say videographer.
Videographer? Okay, so if you're a videographer, then the first thing you need to buy is a DSLR camera. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. I would say the bit depth needs to be at least like 8-bit. So look up.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, look that up. It needs to be at least like 8-bit. It needs to shoot at least 60 frames per second in slow-mo. If it doesn't shoot at least 60 frames per second in slow-mo, you're almost wasting your time a little bit because you can't slow down your B-roll and you're not going to have super smooth shots when it comes to insert shots. So that's the type of camera you want, aside from camera.
Whatever that means, do it.
Yep. And look up all this stuff to where you can understand what I'm saying because we need to be able to, it's called talking camera. You got to be able to talk camera,
you know? Be able to talk camera.
So what else? You'll need an audio capturing device. A lot of people go with the shotgun Rode. A shotgun Rode is something that goes right on top of your camera. Once you get a little deeper, you're going to use things called lavaliers or lapels, things like that. But you want to get a shotgun so that you're not using internal camera audio. So camera and, video and audio, they're married. Never forget that if you're going to be a videographer. Your video's only as good as your audio. All right, next, a light and a C-stand. It can be any light. I'm not going to be specific with this one. I have an Aperture 300D Mark II. Look that up. It's $1,000. But I would advise that you get a light generally as strong as that because that light can literally, if you just point it up and the ceiling's white, it can light up a whole room if you angle it correctly. It's also the perfect key light and it gets down to a true 1%. If you get my course, you'll see what I'm talking about with the true 1%. Not a lot of lights get down to true 1%. And that was 4. What's the last thing? Extra cords and dummy batteries. Extra cords and dummy batteries. And get some V-mounts. Like, start understanding what a V-mount is. So connect your dummy battery to a V-mount and everything you have, put as much you can on hard lines. So hard lines is either just straight to a power source, like an outlet, or to a V-mount. Because a V-mount battery is going to last 5 times longer than your regular battery, whether that be your monitor, whether that be your camera, whether that be your audio recording device. Put it on a V-mount and you're good. So that's my advice.
There you have it. I'm lost, but I'm sure that whoever's listening, it's for y'all. This not for me. This for y'all.
Yeah, if they've been kind of been researching, they gonna know. And if you don't know, literally write all of that down and understand it, and that's your first step into being a filmmaker.
Okay, yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I had a camera. Somebody broke in my car. This is Atlanta. Somebody stole it, but it was a DS.
You have insurance?
Huh?
You have no insurance on it? Y'all get some insurance on your stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if you live in the city. I be breaking my shit. I just call them niggas. Oh, excuse me. Can you curse on here? Can you say niggas?
Yeah, niggas.
Okay. But yeah, I just call them folks, and I'm like, hey, like my Black Magic, it literally just fell off the cart at work. I need a new one. And then they'll be like, take a picture, and then I'll get the money that day usually, or within like 2 days.
Okay. So that's another gem right there.
Yeah.
Have insurance.
Have insurance. Yes.
All right, so what's next for you? I know you have the course coming up. I know you're constantly working. Is there anything that you can let us know that you're really looking forward to?
Yes,
right
I
now?
can, because once I drop this course, I'm going ham with courses.
It's going to be more than one?
It's going to be more than one.
All right.
I'm starting with how to shoot professional, high-quality vertical videos from home.
Right.
And then I'm going to pick up with an Atlanta locations guide. I get DMs all the time. Hey, just especially from people that know me personally, because they saw on my phone, I have over 200 locations saved in Atlanta. Really over probably 300 or 400. And they're just drop pins and their descriptions with it. And I used to just send those out, but I realized I got asked so often, I was like, I should just make a guide. So I'm going to make a locations guide for every major city in the United States. Dang. But you can't steal my idea because I already own all the Instagrams and the websites.
Yeah,
so
bitch.
It's all good. Exactly, literally. And I did that like 3 months ago. I was like, oh, hell no, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
So.
Damn, that is a great idea.
Yeah, thank you.
Because even I've done that. I've Googled like the best place to shoot in Atlanta. or a good, you know, sunset, a good bridge, good, you know, all of that.
You know what I'm saying?
So that, yeah, that's actually pretty dope. What about the other side? What about after you're done shooting? The software, the editing. What kind of are you using? Adobe? Like, what are you using?
Okay.
Or what would you start out with, I guess?
Adobe Premiere. Go straight there. Like, I wouldn't even dwindle around. Yeah, it's industry standard. And then after Adobe Premiere is DaVinci, but that's, I would say once you get to a $2,000 camera, $3,000 camera, wait till you get to that point. And by $3,000 camera, the camera itself, but your whole setup, once it gets to about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, look into DaVinci.
Okay, so Adobe, DaVinci.
And then I built my computer. I don't know any details on that.
Okay.
I take it to the store. I'm like, look, I need this upgraded, this upgraded, this is slow, this is slow. Please run tests on it and then tell me what's wrong. And then we'll talk about it.
Wow. So you really just hands-on with every part of that process.
Yeah.
So the film that you want to shoot, did you write it?
Yes.
You did?
I did. Along with my team. Shout out to Black Phoenix Films, Quan, Kev, Rev, family. Lay y'all. That's the writing team for Black Phoenix right there.
That's dope. That's dope. Man. You own it.
Hey,
you own it. That's the reason why you are where you are.
Yeah.
And this is why.
Yeah.
So shout out to you.
Thank you.
Shout out to you. So is there anything else you want to let the people know? Let people know where to find you and all of that?
Yes. Follow me on everything, Ambria with an upside down A, except for Twitter. It's A upside down on Twitter, but I just created multiple new TikToks. So follow me on my professional TikToks, how to shoot video. I own that TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, right? Just literally that, how to shoot video. So how to shoot video, how to shoot film. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok under both those names. We are dropping only 100% tutorials and 100% advice on those niches. When it comes to my personal pages, you're going to see a little bit more of my personal life because I'm trying to get the business kind of off my personal page. But yeah. So follow those pages.
All right. Well, appreciate it. And that's it. That's a wrap right there. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.